Ooh, that was kind of nice.
Welcome everyone, this is Dom, and today we are playing Spintires, a game I picked up a long time ago, before they had officially released it, or whenever it was in beta, or whatever you guys call it nowadays. I liked playing it back then, and it's actually gotten even better since I first played it, mostly to include steering wheel support, which is one of the main reasons why I actually purchased this game, or this steering wheel, sorry, is so that I could play Spintires with it, because I enjoyed it thoroughly with the mouse and keyboard, and I really haven't played very much of Spintires with this setup, and I'm really hoping for an excuse to play now, either on the channel or on stream in the future, which I already have done once, but I would love to do a mini series, maybe 5 or 6 episodes, or however long you guys want to do, just on Spintires. Maybe we'll do a mudding Monday or something like that in the future. If you guys like or watch a lot of this video, I will definitely jump onto that. So anyways, we're going to jump right into the game. This is the main menu. It's on the Havoc engine. It's made by a company called UV. Anyways, we're going to actually play the hill today, because that's a map I have never completed, and this was what we would be continuing if I did a series on this. We are going to start a new game, because as you can tell, I just played, and also that's proof that I play really early in the morning. It's 8:20. So we're going to start a new game on the hill. These are the current maps: Coast, Hill, Plains, the River, and Volcano. And we're going to just start a new game on the hill, because I haven't completed this map yet. And we are in the game. That's how fast it loads. Here we are. Here's our first truck that we start out with, and we're actually initially given a menu. First, what I'm actually going to do is turn off my handbrake. There we go. I really just want to get my fuel. I don't know why it's not refueling me. I guess that's a new feature. Anyways, oh no, it is refueling me, but I just can't get the maximum. Interesting. So here's our truck. I do play with manual controls, so manual transmission and such. But what we're going to do is outfit the truck the way we want, and I always choose the big wheels. And we're actually going to bring along this repair carriage with us. There's a normal, let's turn off the utility carriage here. There's a normal carriage for transporting our objectives here. There's another one for transporting our objective, which is logs. Here's fuel, garage, which will get garage points. So if we bring this to a garage that hasn't been found yet, or hasn't been unlocked yet, it will unlock the garage for us, so we can use that as a spawn point and as a fixing point. And, oops, sorry about that. I had to get the cat out of the steering wheel controls, putting her head in between the rungs of the steering wheel. The tractor, which will be used for various trailers, such as the big garage trailer, the utility trailer, which holds lots of fuel and repair points, cistern, which is just that, and also, I'm pretty sure there's another one, but I don't think so. Anyways, we're just going to get ourselves along. Also, there's the other, medium log trailer, etc., etc. We're going to get our utility... Where is it? Utility attachment onto the back here, and we're going to be on our merry way. Cool. So I have all of my controls on the steering wheel. So right now I'm getting through some mud, so I'm going to turn my diff lock on. I'm playing on casual, so turning the diff lock on and off does not cause damage to my truck if I am in gear. It would be possible and a little bit easier for me that I have a wheel set up with a clutch to do the diff lock, but I chose against it. Mostly because I am a casual gamer and I'm not one of those hardcore gamer guys. Also, I am not really used to driving a manual car like someone else in my household is, who makes fun of me on a daily basis for it. So we are just about out of the little bit of muddy part. So let's see, this objective for Spintires. As soon as we get out of here and onto the road, there's a little garage where we start out in the mud over here. We will look at our objectives for the point of the game. So there are objectives in the game, and the point of the game is to get a bunch of loads of logs, because this is actually a logging game. So the logs are either set up for you in stacks and you just kind of drive in and pick them up, or you can use a crane and pick up loose logs and put them onto your cart. Now, I tried doing that once, and it took me about an hour to get it right, so we're not going to do that, at least in this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the map real fast. I got to turn on my parking brake, get myself out of gear, and let's take a look at the map. Okay, so here we are. In that amount of time, we've driven this far. So the maps are pretty darn large. The map controls are a little bit weird. Okay. And as you can tell, majority of the map... Watch out, Pepper. Majority of the map is covered with this cloaking thing. And just testing... I already know this. And just testing this out, it looks like I actually can drive through the cloaking now and reveal part of the map, which I didn't know you could do. I don't know if you could do that in previous versions. They just didn't update recently. So let's go ahead and take a look at the objective here. So here's the lumber. This is where we would need to transport logs from. So there are probably hardworking people over there that really are cutting down trees in that tractive forest. And there's somebody here that's picking them up that we need to deliver to. So that's basically our main job, and as you can tell, it says deliver at 8 of 0, or 0 of 8, the other way around. So what we need to do is figure out how to get the lumber, 8 loads of it to here, as efficiently as possible. So what I usually tend to do is just do 3 loads, or not 3 loads, whatever. But the larger your trailer is, the more loads you considered are bringing with you. So I usually bring the medium-sized one, so I have to take multiple trips. And it's not that bad, as long as all the cloaking's gone and I find a decent route. Now, as you can tell, there are fuel spots along the way, which in casual mode you tend not to really need those, because your fuel doesn't run out as fast as the hardcore mode. But the cloaking spots we need to reveal as soon as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back out of the camera here. Oops. There we go. We will do this. We will turn off our handbrake there, and we will go ahead and get on our merry way. Now, what is interesting feature is, as you can tell, I have no idea where I'm going. All I do is a compass in the top left. On casual mode, you can set up waypoints on the map. So if we jump back to the map here, I can set a waypoint to this middle of this cloaking area. Once you reach the center of the cloaking areas, you reveal the whole cloaking. Which is actually really, really cool. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn off my diff lock here. There we go. This truck has multiple gears, so I can go ahead and, while we're on the road here, just switch through them. Go a little bit faster along our way here. I don't really know where to go. I think I can go this way. So as you can tell, the big line has showed up on the screen there, and that's supposed to guide us to that cloaking point. As the map had showed initially, it's only about 200 meters away. Now it's much, much closer, of course. We are going to turn off here, because I remember where this one is. I have played this map a little bit, but I've only gotten maybe 1 or 2 of the cloaking points and then ended up stopping. That was back in the days of before the update, or before I had the wheel, one of the two. Go, and the cloaking point should be right to our left now. This game is a third-person game. I do wish they had a first-person view integrated. They might actually, and I just don't know it yet. Oop, I just took 6 damage. And here's our cloaking point. If we drive into this, bloop, it goes away, and then there's a really cool noise that happens. So I'm going to put myself back in neutral here. And there we go. Here's the cloaking point removed. Now, as you could have seen before, we have this one vehicle parked at our garage. There is another vehicle over here that we can go pick up. The cloaking revealed it, and all we have to do is drive next to it, and we can then drive it. Now, that vehicle may be damaged or might need fuel, so one of the reasons why I brought the repair thing around with me is because majority of the time they are just damaged. On casual mode, if you jump into a truck, you can always recover it to the garage, regardless of if it is damaged, is flipped over, or has no fuel. So we're going to jump back out of this. We will take our handbrake off here, go in reverse, switch our camera around. We're going to go try to find that truck, which I know I can access, because that is probably the only thing that I remember from this map. Okay, there is a... By the way, this is why they call it the hill. This is why we call it the hill. This map is got some steep inclines to it. It's really nice. Did a good job with this one. I do like it. I do like it. Okay, we're gonna make our way back. Oh, gotta change gears again. It's really hard to drive a car with a cat in your lap. There we go. There we go. Cat in your lap that's pulling on your headphone cord. There we go. Okay, so what's really great about this game is the effects. As you can tell, I'm actually digging into the terrain with my tires. If you put all the details up to high, oh my gosh, it just looks beautiful. The realism is just there. You get immersed in how real this is. A lot of off-roading games that I've played, or games that offer an off-roading feature, don't have this. They don't have these millions of rolling rocks and deforming terrain like this game does. Okay. Also, an interesting feature is that there is a winch on the front of your truck, or the back of your truck, depending on where you need it. Basically, you have a few winch points on any of your vehicles, which there are plenty of. I think there's something like 17 vehicles to mess with. So the winch can get you out of a tight space, which we might actually be getting into very, very soon. Nope, maybe not. So I'm just going to show you guys what the winch does real fast. If I can turn into a decent spot to try this. Here we go. Nice, flat, non-sinky bit. So let's go ahead and jump off of this. Hit the advanced key. And if you look around the truck, there are little points. So select winch source. So in other words, you start the winch from those points. And then you could choose something out that has a dot in it. And you'll have this nice little string or cable that attaches between the two. It's a little bit cel-shaded looked. It's pretty cool. And if you push F on your keyboard, it will drag you along, which is really nice. So if we get out of our advanced mode here, you can still hold the F key and steer yourself or hold your clutch down to make it a little bit smoother. And if you wanted to take the point away, just click on the X there. I don't know if there's a better way of doing it, but that's the way I do it. Also, I recommend resetting the view or having that handy, just because it, I don't know, it helps me get my bearings a little bit easier. So here's some water. By the way, the water is gorgeous. The muddy water is muddy, and it has a little bit of reflection. Also, there is mud under the water. Like, there's big, thick mud patches under the water. That makes it extremely difficult for me to drive, and I do sink in the mud that's in the water. Also, coming out, here we go. The terrain's going to deform under my front tires there. I have plenty of power to get over this hill, though, I think. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Almost stalled it there. Not paying attention. Look how beautiful that is. And here we are. We just unlocked the Type A truck, which is right... Oop. I think I just hit a tree. Which is right there, because we drove a little bit closer to it. And here it is. I'm going to park up next to it. And we will go ahead and take this guy for a ride. That is just a little, kind of like a Jeep thing. All of these vehicles, according to the research I've done... by the way, if you want to change trucks when you're next to them, just go to Advanced, Change Truck, and click on one. Here we are, we have no fuel. Okay, so it is damaged, has no fuel. So if we wanted to drive this thing around, we would, not no fuel, little fuel. We would need to refuel it, which we are going to do. We are going to jump back to this truck. We are actually going to repair it. This guy, there we go. We repaired 180 damage of it. And we'll change back to him. And we will take ourselves along the way here. Oop, park the brakes still on this guy. And now we're driving a little Jeep around. No, I want my all-wheel drive on. Stuck on some branches there. It's much faster, uses a lot less fuel per minute. There's no money system to this, so using fuel is not really useful. There we go. And I think we're just going to try to get ourselves back to the main road. Also, he's small, so he can fit in little teeny spaces. And he's a lot lighter, so winching him out of places is a little bit easier, in my opinion. What is not good is that these little teeny, like, ravines there, you will get stuck in. Whereas the larger truck's wheelbase is a lot larger. I thought I had all-wheel drive on. There we go. Okay. Diff lock was an issue. Differential lock. Whenever you use your differential lock in real life, you lock whether or not the tires spin at the same rate. On most vehicles, it is a feature that they do not, because you can't really turn very well whenever all of your tires are turning at the same rate. Differential lock allows you to basically apply power on all 4 points without having one tire spinning frantically. By the way, that's my understanding of it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not really a off-roader person. I never had a car with differential lock, so I wouldn't know. Cool. And we are going to make our way back to base here and get ourselves refueled, and maybe we'll go for a little bit more exploring. Okay, we gotta go this way, it looks like. A little bit more, and then we gotta take a turn off to get to our base. I think we can just take this watery bit. And there we go. Oh, no, we cannot. Okay, this is a bad place to be. Oh, no, I can probably just skip this right here. Diff lock on. There we go. I can just go over this mound. Looks like. There we go. And back to base we go. Now, like I said, the objectives I tend not to do until I reveal the map, just so I know the path that I want to take. And you also have to choose the right vehicle. Right now we only have 2, and only one of these 2 can transport the logs, the other truck we were just driving. And I'll show you the attachments on this guy when we get him home. Ooh. So I definitely recommend this game. It's very difficult. It's very consuming. So if you're playing it, you really don't want to have any other stimuli in the room, because it's quite difficult with the steering wheel if you guys own one. There we go. And we are just going to park up here and get refueled and basically healed up. There we go. We got all of our fuel back, and if we had any damage, it would have done that. So this is the only attachment that this guy can have. It's just a load of repair points, and I usually carry that along with me because he can get 300 damage, and this will repair 200 of it. So basically, I can carry around 300 damage, or ride around with 300 damage, and I will be okay. There we go. Ooh, of course. Also, there's mud at the base, so I recommend you be careful of that sometimes. Really? Oh, my parking brake's on. I'm a dummy. There we go. That was my bad. Probably people yelling at the screen. Oh, your parking brake's on! Anyways, so that is the gist of Spintires. If I do a small great. If I do a small series on this, it will be probably only a few episodes, and I will probably only do one map unless the following gets larger, and I'll do some more. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do any logs today, or even get anything else more explored. But basically, the reason why I brought this up is because I really wanted to do a plays video, and I haven't played this game for a while. And also, I don't know if very many people know of this game unless you watch KurtJMax's channel. There's a few people I watch on YouTube, and he's one of them, and he did a whole series on Spintires. I didn't really watch any of them. All I did was watch like 1 or 2, and watched him fumble around, because he's just like me. I don't really do research into games. I learn as I go, and wait for people in the comments to yell at me. So anyways, I'd recommend anybody pick this game up, especially if you own a steering wheel. You don't have to set it up with manual, so if you just have a steering wheel with 2 pedals, so your accelerator and brake, you can set it up with that one. But I do recommend the Logitech G27 like I have, and playing on manual transmission. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, comment, like on this video, and there will be a series. If not, I will move on to another game next time. So thank you guys. Bye bye.